Good morning, Stampers. Today's just a quick video on how to make these adorable little rustic ornaments. I got a box of the little wood slices. I'll put a link in the video's description where you can get these. I think it was like a box of 50 of them for, I want to say, under $20. And they're really cute little gifts that you can put them with a card or attach it to a card face and then they get an ornament with it. So I just picked some random images here and of course did a greeting on the other side. Some of them I added, once I colored them, I added just a little bit of glitter glue over the top to add extra shimmer and just did greetings on the back. So I'll show you really quick how I did these. Some of them were just simply stamped images. Some I did with some different colored stamping on it. So for just a real quick one here today, I'll show you this one and how I got my snowman to be white. So let me set these aside. What I can say I did use for sure was my Stamparatus doing this. Um, reason being, sometimes when you stamp on the wood, it doesn't absorb right away. So if you restamp it, it gives you a nice solid image. So let me put that aside. We'll be making this little guy. And for this, I did use my Memento black. I would suggest Memento or stays on for the reasons it won't bleed when you're coloring it. And we're just going to color it with regular standard markers. So from start to finish, you'll see how fast these are. I'm going to pick which side of my ornament or piece of wood I would like my image. And then you can just stick your magnets, kind of on the side of it. Just kind of keeps it from shifting a little bit. And then let's do this fun little snowman. He's so fun. And then we'll do winter cheer on the back of him. So I'm going to put him on my piece of wood. Pick it up. Just going to ink up our stamp really well. And then just stamp him. See how I missed a little there? That's alright, because we can re-ink it. You got to remember this is a little thick because of the piece of wood. So there we go. Put my thing on this. And before I stamp my back image, what I did was borrowed my husband's cordless drill here. I guess I should ask him what size drill bit this was, but I think it's going to depend on the width of the twine you're going to put through it. So what I did do before I stamped the backside greeting was I drilled it to where I would know where the center of the backside is, because when you flip it over, you're not going to know exactly what's even. So I'm just going to lay him there. And I'm going to say right above his hat is going to be about where I want it. There you go. That quick. Move that aside. And that way, when I lay this back down, I know that's my center top. So I'll just put my little magnets there. Yes, I broke my magnet the other day. Be careful getting them close to each other. Normally I have my husband will take a little tiny sander tool and he'll sand off that sharp edge and I can still use the magnet. So don't throw them away. You can still use them. So we're going to take our winter cheer, and I know I want it about in the middle there. And you can do this in any color if you wanted it. You know what? Let's try blue. Let's see what blue is going to look like. So I think I'm going to grab my... Let's try blueberry bushel and see what that looks like. Just to add some different color, because we've got red and white on that side. Let's do blue. Let's see. I'm going to do it one more time because I want it nice and dark. Look at that. There you go. I guess I need to wipe off. Sometimes I do that to get the ink on my plate, but the good thing about that is it won't hit your paper because your stamped image is above it. Then if you wanted, you could add some snowflakes if you wanted to. In this set, there are little snowflakes. You could kind of just randomly stamp some around there. It would look really cute. And then I would probably, you know what? Let's try it. Let's stamp us some snowflakes. And I think I want to try using, because I want them to be, don't really have white. But you know what? We can try something. I'm going to try it real quick. I'm going to try using the chalk marker on it and see if it'll stamp. It may not, but we'll find out here in a minute. We'll learn and find out together. So I'm just putting my chalk marker on there. Huff on it, make sure it's wet. Stamp it down. Okay, it didn't really work. So now we know. You can't really see them. So maybe on your snowflakes, try gray, or you can even do black and then just put your shimmer on them. Let's add a couple black ones here. Clean it off. And then I want to add just a few more down here. So I'm going to line it up. This Stamparatus just makes extreme short work of anything. Especially if you're doing several of these, you want to give them as gifts. There you go. It's just really fast. It takes the guesswork out of it. So now we're going to set our Stamparatus aside. And then for my snowman, I'm just going to use regular Stampin' Right markers. I suppose you could use your blends, but I would almost guess, and I haven't tried it, I would almost guess the alcohol ink on the wood would probably bleed out. So if you used your alcohol markers, go way inside the line to see and find out if that's going to be, you know, if it's going to bleed farther beyond your line. So we're going to move in here a little bit. And for my little snowman, to make him white, I just used my chalk marker. I did try a gel pen on this, and believe it or not, the gel pen didn't work as well as just this little chalk marker. And you see it really works great. I mean, he doesn't have to be vibrant white, but white just shows who he is. So you just quickly color him. And then, of course, if you go over it a second time, it just makes it a little brighter. I try not to go over, like, the black eyes or the mouth. Just try to get your white in there where it's going to highlight those, because the white will cover that black a little bit. So I want it to stay quite visible. So then I'm going to add just a little more on his body here. You'll see as it dries what it's like. And then we're gonna, this one is, I did notice you want the more vibrant colors when you're coloring on the wood because they seem to come out darker when you're coloring them. And when it does dry, they will be a little bit brighter. So for the red, I'm going to use Lovely Lipstick. And let's see, I think I want to do a little red hat. I guess we could do a scarf red and white. I'm a big fan of my feather tip side of my markers, but you can use your fine point on this. And I think I want to add just a little bit of white on the white spots of his hat. Just hit it, daub it. Just makes it stand out a little bit. And then I'm going to use crumb cake for his stick legs. Or no, I'm sorry, I apologize. This is not crumb cake. This is Sahara sand. I used crumb cake on the very first one I did, and it was too dark. It wasn't defined as brown. So I'm just going to cover his little legs there. And then on this, on his boots, I'm just going to use the gray granite. And it looks really dark when you start, but it will dry lighter. So I'm going to color in his little boots. And I am going to do his little charcoal buttons a little bit. And then I took my Wink of Stella and I just added some shimmer to his body. In the white areas. Then you have a shiny little snowman. Isn't he adorable? Okay, I missed a button. Hold on, we're going to fix a button. There we go. So now, when you flip it over, you've got your greeting, and you've got this. For mine, my greeting here, I would add some Wink of Stella to your snowflakes. Just adds a little shimmer. That way when the lights of the Christmas tree or whatever they've hung this on hit it, it'll have a little bit of shimmer to it. So just add a little bit of Wink of Stella there. And then I took a piece of twine. You could use any colors, but since I wanted this to be rustic, I'm simply using a natural hemp. I'm out of my Stampin' Up ones, so I'm just going to use this. So just go through your hole. And then I just tied a little knot up toward the top. And look at there. You have yourself a little rustic ornament. How fun are those? So these are the ones I did before. I did one with the beautiful baubles, and I just colored it in some bright colors, and I did add a little bit of glitter glue to this so that they'd be a little more glittery than the Wink of Stella. And then just put deck the halls on the back. Did one with just a deer and a Merry Christmas greeting. Pardon me. When you want two different colors on part of your item, use your marker to stamp technique where you color your stamp. So I just colored part of it in green, part of it in red, and did it twice to get the nice vibrant. You can even put little gemstones on these, you could just go crazy. But you kind of want them rustic because that's the idea of them. And this one is your dashing deer. He just looks perfect on here, doesn't he? And then added the greeting. This one is dashing deer also. And I've lost the set where I had this little tree. I just put a little Christmas tree. And then I drew the white snow the same way as we did the snowman and added Wink of Stella. This was an old stamp I had, and I just thought he was cute because I have a friend that really likes these little characters. And then it's also says want to play some reindeer games, so it's a set I have that has that. This one, just put our little house and our tree, and I'm trying to remember which set that is. It might be that one's Hearts Come Home. So how simple is that? I stamped the little stars or the snowflakes in gray and then added a little bit of dots of glitter glue to them. And then, of course, we have these guys. I just love this set. This is the Spirited Snowmen. So I colored them. And then Love Never Melts on the other side with some snowflakes from the same set. So there you go. That is the simple rustic ornaments. I will put the link on where you can get these wood slices. I did get them through Amazon, was the cheapest I can find, because a lot of times you can go to the craft store if you have a discount coupon and you'll find some, but they're really expensive and you don't need anything really fancy. I'd say these are probably, oh, I don't know, quarter-inch thick. You don't need them much thicker than that. There are some out there that you can buy that are at least an inch thick or better, but I don't think you really need it to be more than that thick. And you can embellish on these, add little, colorful bows to them. Have fun with it. Hope you enjoyed it today. Have a great day. Happy stamping.